Hello, hello, it's Wessel here, and thanks for joining me as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner on hard mode. And today we're starting a new region. Today is day one of the Taymyr region, which is in Russia apparently. So we finished Alaska yesterday, and now we're into Taimyr. Now one of the sub-rules that I'm trying to play is that I can only use vehicles from that region. So that means when I come to Russia, I'm going to have to use Russian trucks. And I don't have any. So I'm going to have to buy one. Fun and games. So let's get stuck in. I'm going to try and do the 1 hour. Might just fractionally go over, but hopefully not, as we'll try and do a day in a day. So we'll kick off. And the first thing I'm going to do is buy my truck because I don't have any Russian trucks in storage. And I've thought long and hard about this. I know that the Russian trucks, there are some really good ones, and you can find a number of good ones in Taymyr. So I figured after much thought, what I wanted to do was to get something a little bit different from what I've already had. So I thought, starting point, so you can see I've got to explore the world to get these trucks. So a lot of these ones I just can't get, and then you get the American ones. So what I've ended up thinking is that I'm going to start with a heavy truck, and it's going to be the Azov 7. Reason being is that this is one of the few Russian trucks that can do the sideboard trailer crane combination, and the other thing is it's relatively cheap at $89,000, and it's just a bit different from the usual off-road trucks that are so good here. I mean, spoiler alert, I know that I'm going to be finding a Tayga, wherever it is. There we go. Going to be finding this Taiga very early in the process, hopefully today, in fact, and that'll be a truck I'll use quite a lot. So I'm obviously going to use that one. So that sort of means I don't want to have something that's the same. My favourite other Russian truck that's like it is the Voron AE. Love that truck. Moves along really fast and is generally a really good truck. But I figure I'm going to want something a bit heavier here. So I'm going to start with the Azov 7. We'll give that a go and see how we go with that. So we now have an Azov 7. First things first, I can't have any other engines, so I'm stuck with that for the minute. I could get the advanced special, and I probably will eventually wind up with that, but at the moment let's just start with the standard gearbox. Can't get active yet. So there's a whole lot of things that I can't have on this truck just yet. Can have mud tyres, so let's put some mud tyres on it. And we'll sell the all-terrains because I'm not going to want them anymore. Happy to let it stay with its stock winch. Don't need a spare wheel. The snorkel, I'm going to go for the short round cap. 6 of one, half dozen the other. They both just sit at the top there, so I'll save me $500. It's not offensive to look at, so we'll have that one, and we'll sell the stock filter. And then for the frame, as pretty much as per usual, notice that we can do the logging with this one. I'm going to grab the sideboard bed, and I'm going to give it a loading crane. I'm going to have to buy this one because it's different to the American one. Okie doke. And then on top of that, on the rooftop, we'll get the rooftop fog lights because I want to have some good lights. We'll uninstall the rear fenders and sell those because I just hate rear fenders. Front bumper, I think we'll leave as is. It's the thing with this truck is it's very, very very, very low to the ground at the front. So I'm not going to put any more weight on the front than I have to. I don't think we really need these factory beacons, so we'll uninstall them and sell those. Stock exhaust should be just fine. And then finally, colour code. I don't know for this one. I tend to... I'm going to go with this... Which one? No, not that one. Not that one. That one. The colour that sort of matches the crane. I think that'll do, because it's going to be a bit of a crane truck. I don't really like the two-tone colours for this one. They're a bit... Meh. None of them really do much for me. So we'll go with this blue guy. And that's probably all I really want to do for the minute. So then, without fiddling about anymore, let's head out into the big world of Taymyr. So we'll have a quick look at the map. We're at the garage and there's a trailer store there. There's something over here, which we will find eventually is a railway station. And up this way, we'll find there's a whole lot more stuff. So it's quite a big map, quite a bit to do. So I'm going to start, and my plan to start with is to get the Tayga King, which is a task called SOS, where we have to find the Taiga and recover it. And it's actually right there. So in order to do that, I don't have any repair parts. I'm going to have to go and find a service trailer. And on the way, see if I can find some upgrades. So we'll take our Azov 7, go for a bit of a scout through Taimyr. And straight away we can find a task. Put a tow into the task, and this task is drowned oil tank. One of our oil tanks ended up in deep water. On the way, can you wait in there and retrieve it and transport it home? So in other words, take this trailer back to where it belongs. Well, we can certainly do that, but typically as a fuel trailer, we're not going to do it straight away. We're going to use its fuel. I'll have a quick little look and make sure it's got fuel. Oh yes, it's full. Great. So we top our own tanks and then head on up the little country road. This truck obviously has no concerns about global warming, so we're putting more smoke into the air than anything. Ow. Now this truck has 10 wheels, so it is quite the caterpillar, but it is also very stable. So it's got its drawbacks. It's a bit slow, but it certainly is capable. I'm just going to go off-road a bit for fun, because down here somewhere there is a upgrade, and it's not just any upgrade, it's an upgrade for this truck. So I'm going to come down here, take it back into this crater here. Now this truck, because of its very prominent front bumper, You tend to get used to going backwards with this one a lot. Just going backwards gives it much better ground clearance. And because it's quite long, turning can be a challenge. But having said that, it also has rear wheel steering. So it has a smaller turning circle than you might think. So we'll grab this upgrade, which is the engine upgrade for this truck. And many others, but importantly for me, this truck. Okay. So now we'll be able to put that in when we go back to the garage. Should be okay with a bit of luck to drive our way back out of here. Oh. That's twice I've hit things now. Pretty annoying. Yes, it's all-wheel drive always, and diff lock always. And the advantage of having the 5 sets of wheels is that usually one of them, or multiple of them, will get traction. So whereas some trucks might have struggled there because of those rocks just getting in the way, as rocks do, for this one, it could still get traction on some of the wheels. We do a bit of cross-country work. We've now got to upgrade for the better engine. So we'll now shower ourselves in rose petals for a while as we get rid of the foliage from the front of the truck. After finding that upgrade, we're now on our way over to find a service trailer, which will give us some spare parts we're going to need to recover the Tayga. Trying to avoid, see how that, yeah, the nose is so low. So unfortunately with this truck, what that means is you've got to try and get your angles right so that the nose goes over things before the wheels do. Coming through this future service hub area, find that trailer. Don't crash into things. Come out the other side. just a spot where you can get some logs. Now I'm heading up this way, eventually to find that service trailer, but taking just a slight side trek here to get a upgrade for the little scout trucks. It's sort of hiding in amongst the bushes up here a bit further. Somewhere in there. So it's a bit of a tricky one to find actually. It'd be a lot easier in a scout. But we're not in a scout, we're in a huge big heavy truck. So we will do our best. Sure, it's somewhere in around here. And this is the only trick, is that the trees here are quite close together for a truck this big. Although we've got stacks of power, where are you? Don't hit the tree. There, around in circles. Go. And this is where you've got to be just hopeful that you can just make it through with the power this truck has, because some of these inclines are pretty rough on its nose. I'm just going to go through it a bit. Right, there we go. Happy now. So I'll get this upgrade. Now this is the race suspension upgrade for the TZ166, and that's important to us later on. So now I want to get back to my road that I was just on. Now I think I can go straight back this way, and in fact that might be the best way to do it. Or let's just put a marker here. I'm sort of going to aim for that. Again, the good thing about this truck is that it can knock down little trees pretty easily. Bad thing is I don't want to get too much of an angle on it. But even that tree. Poor old trees. It's going to be easy to come that way a bit. Again, constantly thinking about where your nose is. Are you worried about tipping? Shouldn't. Just going to do a safety winch, just in case, because I would hate to fall over here. Because if I did, I would have no option but to recover. yeah, so we're really getting some heavy trees in here now, aren't we? Don't think I get through there. Alright. I'm going to have to sort of go along the side of our road for a bit. Come out on the other road. Yeah, I thought we might have to do that. So this is the same road we originally came down. So we've already been here. That's okay. Might just stop and get rid of that marker because we don't need that anymore. Here via this house. So this is a bit of a shortcut from that path over to the factory over there. You can just see. And at that factory there, which is where I'm heading, is a service trailer, which is what I need to be able to sort out the Tayga. That was weird. I was having so much trouble with it. Something definitely had a good hold of me there, didn't it? There's another statue of Lenin over there, doing his Lenin things. And we can load a few different things at this factory. But we don't need them just yet because we're sort of a bit more focused on finding trucks. Now we've got a very happy little service trailer, and we might just use it straight up, repair that little bit of work. We'd run into those rocks earlier. Bump along these very nice tree logs. Trailer bounces away. Just because I'm down in this area of the map, I'll sort of come around this way a bit. find a couple of other tasks. So we'll detach our trailer there. Squish his pumpkins. Sorry buddy, Farmer Bill. And then this is one of the fun things that I didn't even know you could do for quite a while. We've got the fence, let's blow it down. Oh dear, silly. We're happily able to knock the fence down with our horn. Just have to be a little bit careful coming down here because that's a bit angly. But again, this truck is so long that you're usually pretty safe from tipping. Not so safe from tipping if you fall off the edge of a bridge though. We've got a task here. That task is lost in the rocks, which is where we have to find a little TUZ166. So I'll accept that, but we won't activate it just yet. We'll come back to that in a second. I'm going to run on and find a second task, which is similar over here in these rocks. This one is off the cliff. I will accept that one and we'll track it because this is where we have to. Now this one, it's just a restore type task. So we just have to repair and refuel the Don 71, but I don't have anything to be able to repair it here, so I'm going to bring it back to where the service trailer is. Trying not to go on that rock that I just went on, because I don't want to tip over. Still going on that same rock. Oh well. Come up here on top of these rocks. Are a bit wobbly. That's better. Much nicer. I'm feeling more comfortable now. That's better. And there's my little Don coming along with me. And what I might do now, I'm relatively flat. Go and grab the Don. No, that's the one on the side, silly. I want to get that one. Now the Don's actually nice and lightweight in the scheme of things. over it. Right. Restore that crane. Pack that truck. Okay, finally, after a little bit of fun and games, we've got the Don in the tray and it's happily packed. I'm going to keep reversing back. Coming down this way where it's a little bit less scary. Try not to do too much damage to the engine. I'm going to climb back up this hill a little bit further over where it's not quite so steep. Now we've got the little Don off the rocks, off the cliff. So we're going to take it back to the service trailer where we can fix it up. Got that there. We might as well. Yep, we've already picked this one up, so we'll go and now get the little TZ that's lost in the rocks here. Just a bit scared of the angles, but I think we'll be okay. It's a surprise. Come on, you can do it. Come on. There's too many of the wheels are off the ground here. Going to be kind of... I don't think I'd be bogged here. Pulling a tree over by the looks of it. Not really doing much good for anything else. We've got a funny looking tree there. Got nothing much there. Oh, that. Probably another funny looking tree. Oh, I think we are in a lot of trouble here. See what we can do. Take this guy up. Okay, I'm going to try and use him, but I think I'll just pull him over. I think he's too light for what I need. Oh, well, that's worked pretty well. There you go. Perseverance. Right, got him. Just pull up there for a second. Grab the other one and pop it in. And hopefully be able to drive our way out of here. Oh boy, this has been a bit of fun, hasn't it? So we've now got the little TUZ, which is great, and we've also got the Don on the back, which is pretty good. So that's about where I want it to be. Now hopefully we'll be able to get up this hill. Oh, that was pretty lucky. Need to do a few 7-point turn with our big truck. All right. Back to where we were. Whew, that was quite an adventure. So we'll unpack this little guy, take the Don out, pop him down beside us. Put the TUZ in. Don't spin around. Right, so we've packed him in. Drag the trailer over. Stop that. That's probably good enough. It is good enough. So we can now repair the Don, but I don't want to repair everything because I need to keep those 4 wheels for the Taiga. So I can repair all of that. I can can sneak some fuel out of the Azov. So we'll do the refueling, but then we'll leave it at that. So he can stay there, and we'll fix his tyres up when I come back later on. Now, I'm heading, as per plan A, back to the Taiga. But we're not doing off the cliff. No, we're doing lost in the rocks. Because that's the task that we really want to do on our way back to the Taiga. Lost in the rocks is to just deliver this guy to the repair station so we don't have to fix it up. And once we do that, the nice repairmen say, you can have it. So who's to argue with that? So we're now pretty much making a beeline back for that service area, repair station, where we've found the sideboard semi-trailer. And then once we get to there, we'll head on back towards the garage. The only challenge now is to hope that we've got enough fuel. I'm pretty sure we will have. Yes, capturing that TUZ was a lot harder than I had expected. We'll beach there for a little while. Now we just need to bring the TUZ up here, and there we go. We've now done a Lost in the Rocks, which gave us a couple of $1,000 and the TUZ. It's now ours to do with as we wish. The first thing, we're going to take it back to the garage and do a full repair, because it's not in a good way. Fight our way back through the mud here and get back to the garage. On the way back we might as well jump in the driver's seat, because we haven't been in the driver's seat yet. Got a bit of foliage on the front again. Seems to be the way with this truck. Fairly clear dials. Very bright steering wheel. with all the various bits and pieces on it. Quite obviously a more modern truck than the likes of the Fleet Star and the like Western Star we were driving before. Don't run over the big rocks. Another great big rock, don't hit that. We're doing pretty well. Still got 73 litres of fuel. And we're almost back to the fuel trailer. Oh, we haven't tested the horn either, have we? Give that a test. Oh, hang on, do that again. Haven't tested the horn, have we? Now, actually that's not a bad horn. It's a short one. Yeah. Quite nice landscape. Quite different to Michigan and Alaska, which is great. Nice to see a bit of variation. And here we are coming down to the... I'll just stop there. Do that tiny little bit of repair on the Azov. Detach the trailer. Come back to that in a minute. I want to go and put that bigger engine in to the Azov. All right. Okay, so we'll unpack that. Take the little TZ out. Yes, it's in a pretty bad way, but it's okay. No, I didn't want to do that. Move it to the garage. That's what I wanted to do. Because then I wanted to give it the big engine that we found as an upgrade. So let's take that engine and sell the other one. And I'm going to buy the Advanced Special because I think we're going to be using this truck a lot. And we'll sell the Special. Duh. Okay. Now I'm just going to fiddle for a minute, pop this guy there, pop back in my little TUZ that I own now, and we'll set that guy up ready to go as well. So engine wise, we could buy a standard engine, but I know I can find one pretty soon. Gearbox, I am so tempted to put the stock gearbox in simply because it's better fuel efficiency, even though it's cost me $1,500. But before I do that, actually, I'm going to do a full repair because we need to... Oh, much nicer. Yeah, so I think for the gearbox, do I need that fuel economy? That's all it is. Because I certainly don't need the multiple gears. Oh, we'll do SnowRunner. And hopefully that won't come back and bite me later. Give it its raised suspension and its big mud tyres. Now unfortunately we can't get to the highest raising here because we don't have the custom suspension yet, but that'll come. Now the winch, we can pop the autonomous scout winch on it that we had bought for the Hummer back in Alaska. And we'll also have the small roof rack. Rear bumper is stock, front bumper is stock. With the front bumper, you could go with the double pipe, but I think the stock is probably better. And then the reason, by the way, is that we've already got some floodlights on the top, so we don't need to worry about floodlights. So then the only other thing is colour. This one's got a DLC, but no, this one I quite like the two-tone pink. I think that's just cute as a button. So we'll take that one and get ready to head out. And of course it's got no fuel, which is why I left the Azov there. But I didn't leave it close enough. So we'll refuel into the TUZ. That'll give him enough to get going. Alright, but for right now, still hunting tigers. I think we've probably just about got enough time. Certainly got enough time to go and find it. 'Cause I'd like to find that Tayga. Ah, other way. Okie dokie. So we'll grab the service trailer and head off and find the Taiga, which we know is just down this path a bit. Oh, that didn't quite work how I expected. Got it that time. And I'm just going to take off the cliff. We're not doing that task right now. And I'll be doing task SOS once we can find it. Now we've got the bigger engine in, we should be fine. The Taiga's a bit like the Don that we just found earlier, in that all we need to do is repair and refuel it. Take our service trailer with us, hopefully have no trouble repairing it, and then bring it back to the fuel trailer so we can refuel it. Taiga's hiding somewhere down here, just a bit ahead of us. the left. Yep. Ah, I can see its wheels. Now the hardest part here is actually going to be turning the trailer around. Now let's go this way. Set that task. We'll repair from the service trailer to the Taiga. Now he's good. And while I'm here, I'm going to give the... Oh, he's already got lots of fuel. Fine. I don't need to give him any fuel. Fact. There we go. So we've refueled him up. I now own a new Taiga. So let's see if I can be greedy and bring him back with me. Just going to try and turn around without wrecking everything. I think I'm wrecking everything. I want to come around the inside of this tree. I'm not going to look at where the trailer and the Taiga are going. Oh my goodness, don't look. So they do this on purpose. They put trees right where I don't want them. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So now we should be able to winch from the trailer to the Taiga. And now we also know that if I do mess everything up, that the Taiga is in fact drivable. Yes, this service trailer is not exactly the greatest towing object, as you can see. It's copying a bit of a battering, but I think we'll be okay from there. No, then again, maybe not. Oh, come on, you can do it. Let's turn the engine on the Taiga, that will help. Got some pretty bad mud here, haven't we? Oh, come on, I can certainly reach that other one. Ah, sometimes it's silly. Okay. Hope that's the right one. Probably the right one. Looks pretty good. Should be right from here, I think. With the Taiga pushing as well. Should be no trouble. Yes, when this game was first out, the Taiga was very strong. Since upgrades and various later releases, they've toned it down a bit. So it's now strong, but not as ridiculous as it was. Okay, so we're going to... What are we going to do? I think we're going to just pull up there, stop that. Up in the Taimyr because, well, we now own it. Just bump it over that rock. Top up the Tayga, top up the Azov, not that it really matters, I think. And we've still got 90 litres, so that'll be enough to head back to the garage. I reckon that's pretty much where we'll call it a day. That's pretty good, and we are pretty much bang on 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that was lucky. We'll hold it there and say that'll do nicely. So what a great day. We've managed to find the TZ 166, we've managed to find the Taimyr and bring them both back to the garage, set up the TZ 166 for some scouting, and we're ready to set up the Taiga when we need it next. We had a bit of fun getting the Don, getting the TZ, but we got over that. So yeah, all up, a really good day one of Russia. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow as I continue on with my adventures in SnowRunner and pick up a day that's probably going to be a bit more scouting about. So I hope you can join me for that. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.